Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, the #1 YouTube channel for you to level up your communication skills, learn the art of public speaking, social skills, and personal branding to take your message to the world. For today's episode, we're going to be entering the world of personal branding, and I'm going to give you a few tips for you to have infinite content. What is a personal brand? A personal brand, in a nutshell, is a brand that is built around you. You're the star of the show, homie, and you are gonna be the only person that's controlling your own narrative. Why is it that personal brands are currently on the rise? The reason that personal brands are on the rise is because there's been a few people that have been able to hack the system. What do I mean by this? Well, as of late, we've noticed that social media has been on the rise. I mean, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Snapchat, Instagram, so much more. And most people that are on these social media platforms, most of them are using it as a consumer. They're consuming a lot of content, whether it's memes, prank videos, pictures of models, etc. But they're using it as a vehicle to consume. But a few people are seeing the trends of the consumption, and they're realizing that, it may be pretty smart to start becoming a producer. And these group of people, they are now building their empires on social media. They're building brands and personal brands via social media. I remember back in the days when newspapers were so freaking big, but you had to go through a lot of loopholes to get on the newspaper. Same with radio. If you got on the radio, you were considered like a mini celebrity. And if you got on TV, whoa, like you are a local celebrity. But nowadays, you don't need to go through all these different kinds of loopholes. Nowadays, I mean, in today's era with the rise of the internet, blogs are the new newspapers, podcasts are the new radio, and YouTube is the new TV. It really is that simple. And with the power for you to control your narrative being easier than ever, if you have a gift, if you have a skill set, a certain hobby, then building a personal brand is, in many cases, a no-brainer. But the biggest problem that a lot of people have, I mean, I work with a lot of clients from all around the world with building their personal brands, and I keep getting this question over and over again. It doesn't matter if you're from Hong Kong, it doesn't matter if you're from Russia, Dubai, it doesn't matter. The same question I always get is, well, Armani, what if I run out of things to say? Time and time again, I kid you not, I always get this question. And this is a very fair question, and this is what the whole premise of this video is going to be about. Because if you can solve this question, if you can solve it, then you are on the road to not only building a personal brand, but growing it and attracting the right tribe that you want. So the question is content. Is content really that important? Yes, it is. Because remember earlier how I said a personal brand is built around you? So I want you to view yourself as a car. You're the car. Well, your content is the gasoline. Without the gasoline, your car is not going to be moving. And without the content, your personal brand is not going to be growing. It really is that simple. If you're someone who had a few good videos, a few good blogs, and you just stopped, then your personal brand is going to die out. It really is that simple. And the question is, why does so many people have difficulty creating content? Here's the reason why. The biggest reasons that people have difficulty creating content is because they have the wrong philosophy. They have the wrong philosophy. They treat personal branding sort of like a job. So there's two philosophies that you can have. The first philosophy is if you lead with your skill set and you sprinkle in your personality, it is going to feel like work. The second philosophy, and this is the one that I lead with, is if you lead with your personality and you sprinkle in your skill set, then you are going to have fun. Most people do the first option. They treat their personal brand sort of like a job. So say they're building their personal brand around a skill set of cooking, for example. Well, now all they do is they talk about cooking. They post recipes, they, post the ingredients, that kind of stuff. And that's cool and all. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. But what separates you from someone else that's a chef? Not much. So you're really just becoming a cooking platform. While in reality, a personal brand is different. If you lead with your personality, if you give insight into how you got into cooking, what you struggled with, your story that came up as you were learning how to cook, now you are on the road to fixing your philosophy. You're building the personal brand around you, okay? You as the person, not you, the skill set. For ArmaniTalks, I don't make every single video about public speaking, for example. It's one of the skill sets I have, yes, but ultimately, I share my story. That's exactly what you want to do. Now, typically when I give this sort of philosophy to someone, they're thinking, all right, well, here's the thing, Armani. There's only so many stories I can tell. Eventually, I'm still gonna run out. That's not true. That is not true. If you are alive right now, I guarantee you, if you fix your mindset, you have the potential to have infinite content. Infinite? Infinite content. It's 100% possible. You just need to fix your mindset. You need to stop having a scarcity mindset towards ideas. That's what most people have. They think, oh, well, if I say a lot of stuff, then I'm going to run out of things to say. And they lead with this mindset with every content that they're creating. They're leading with this like worrisome mindset, and you can tell. You can tell when you're creating a podcast and you're thinking, oh, whoa, like I better make this one good because this could be my last one. It just sends off the wrong vibes, and it doesn't bring people towards you. Rather, it repels people away from you. That's not how you want to build your personal brand. So Armani, how do I switch my mindset from scarcity to abundance regarding ideas? You do that by understanding that an experience doesn't just hold one lesson, it holds multiple lessons. Understanding this core principle can really shift your paradigm regarding personal branding. Now, what do I mean by this? I want to give you a real life example. I remember a few years ago, I ended up getting in a car accident. That was the experience. And I was like, okay, so what is the lesson that I can learn from this? This is when I had a scarcity mindset towards ideas. So I was thinking that there was only one lesson I could learn from that car accident. And the lesson that I pulled away was drive safer. So once I learned that lesson, I was like, okay, now it's time for me to close this chapter and I can move on with my life. But as I was trying to move on, I was starting to realize, I feel as though that there may have been a few more lessons that I'm overlooking. Let me reopen that experience one more time. And lo and behold, there were tons of lessons that I was overlooking. Another lesson that I was able to get from that car accident was, you can be a very safe driver, but that doesn't mean other people are going to be a safe driver as well. Boom, I got another lesson from that experience. Another one was, your life can be going very, very well. It can be going very smoothly, and then out of nowhere, something bad can happen. Another life lesson. And I kept doing this over and over again. And I kid you not, I was able to pull out 25 life lessons from that one experience. Just from that one experience, I was able to pull out 25 life lessons. And that's me being light. I'm pretty sure there were more, but 25 life lessons from that one experience. Now, I can get these lessons and apply to different experiences, and I'm now approaching an experience with a completely different paradigm. It's a completely different angle. You see? So I never run out of content because I have all these experiences, I have all these lessons, and now I'm telling my story from different angles. But wait, there's more. I remember a few years ago, and this is a pretty funny story. I was around 16 at the time. I was 16 at the time, and I remember I was waiting in the bus stop, and there was this one gentleman a few feet away from me. He was dressed up in a really fresh suit. I felt as though he was going to a job interview, something like that. And he was reading a few papers, like really preparing for this upcoming job interview, and he was waiting for a ride. Eventually, the car came, and right when he was about to go in the car, I kid you not, like right when he opened the door, there's this bird that flies right on top of him and takes a massive shit right on him. Like right as the bird is flying, it starts taking a shit right on him. And I look at this guy, and this guy has shit, like white shit, right across his black suit. And at that time, my friends and I, we were laughing, we were having a fun time because we were like, yo, look at this guy. This guy, he's so unlucky. I feel so bad for him. And at that time, my younger self, I obviously didn't pick up much lessons from that. I thought that was just a really funny story. But nowadays, I'm able to pick up a lot of lessons from that. One, always have a backup plan. I mean, I really wish that this guy had like an extra shirt in his briefcase. I really wish that was the case. Two, things can go wrong out of the blue moon. Three, I mean, you want to make sure you're not, like, I don't know. I mean, there's multiple lessons I could pick up from this if I'm being creative enough. But ultimately, I used this man's experience, took out the lessons, and I'm able to apply it to my life and approach my experiences from different angles as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're leading with your personality, you're basically getting all these lessons you've learned through your life and you're sharing your story with your audience. This is your competitive advantage because there's going to be tons and tons of other people that know how to public speak. There's going to be tons of other people that know how to cook. There's going to be tons of other people who know how to fix a car. But there's only going to be one person out there that has that same story that you have. It's just up to you to be creative and approach these angles from a different perspective. A lot of the times people come on my channel and they'll say, yo, Armani, I'll be honest, a lot of these insights, these practical tips that you drop, I can't find it anywhere on YouTube, different blog articles. Like, I can't find it anywhere else but your channel. What gives? It's because I'm the only one that went through my personal experiences and I'm approaching it from different angles. That's it. And once you can keep on doing this over and over again, you realize that running out of content is never a worry. It's actually a very easy thing to do once you find out that it's all about angles and your experiences. That's it. That's all you want to keep on doing over and over again. And eventually you'll get to a point where you can turn the most random topics into a story. If you don't believe me, you could go earlier in my YouTube channel and you'll see that I made a speech about toothpaste. It's like a 7+ minute speech on toothpaste that I did in a Toastmasters competition. Content is never the problem, homie. Your creativity is. So keep on applying different lessons to different experiences from renewed angles, and you'll realize that personal branding, it's actually helping you grow as a person. You're starting to build your self-awareness, you're starting to build your sense of self, and you're having a really fun time doing it. Forget all these gimmicks, all these tactics, polarizing the audience, posting platitudes, all this kind of stuff, and start focusing on you. Instead of looking out, look in and look back. Look internally for past experiences and look back down memory lane. And I kid you not, you will have infinite content that you never knew was possible. If this video helps you and you are very interested in starting your own personal brand, then get in touch with me. Get in touch with me so I can help you design your story and help you pull out a lot of the lessons and approach your lessons from an innovative angle to captivate your audience. To apply for a free consultation session, go on over to the description box, hit that link, and apply today. I'll be reaching out to you via email or text, so make sure you stay alert for that. Thank you for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you next time.